I'm so tired today. I don't know what is happening, but I am just so sleepy. And this is the last thing that I wanted to do. I'm going to my yoga class with Nadia, Queen Nadia. So I think that will be perfect. Zigo is being a freak, as per usual. But it got me thinking about how grateful I am that this format of just unedited daily yapping is what I chose to do. Like, it's really not that hard. It's not hard for me to combat those thoughts of like, I can't be fucked. I don't want to do this today. Also kind of crazy to think that we're almost done. I was only going to do this for Leo season. Zig, can you stop being weird? I don't know if you guys can hear him being weird over there, but he's being weird. Shit, is that mic going to go off? Whatever. But yeah, I can't believe we're almost done. I think we only have like 6 more days until it's done. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm only going to do it during the week. I think it's the fact that the weekends, like there's no days off. Like I'm just not that girl. I'm not the girl who has no days off. I'm the girl who has more days off than she has on. That's the life I would like to live. And so since I'm in charge of this whole thing, I think that's what I'm going to do. And I do find it way easier to do during the week. Like, I'm just home. Like, I'm not out here being so crazy, so busy. That is something that I left behind in 2023. We're not busy. We're not freaking out. We're not overworked. We are lazy. We are chilled. We are just doing the bare minimum and doing so with purpose and precision. That is what I'm up to. That's the vibe that I would like to go for my life. But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking a lot about what I want to do with the businesses over the next, like, rest of the year. I'm kind of taking this month to just think on it, just think and think and think on it. Yesterday's video of just, keeping things in the brain for a little bit longer before you speak on them or share them. We have some really good podcast interviews that I'm recording. And so I think that the next few episodes are going to be interviews, which is really exciting. But there's a lot happening in my brain around JB House, a lot happening in my brain around the Esoteric Entrepreneur, which is going to be renamed and turned into, it's not even renamed, just like rebranded into like what it kind of is morphing into. And we're really just kind of like solidifying that. And then a lot of stuff with my personal brand. Like, I released readings, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago now. And I like have mentioned it like once on Instagram stories. And like once here and like once on the podcast. I probably need to send an email out about it. I'm also thinking about resurrecting, if you will, my newsletter. I used to get a really high open rate on my newsletter. I fear that will not be the case when I like resurrect it. But it could be. And I'm thinking I might run it through Substack rather than just have it be like its own separate thing. But I don't know whether to make it like just a personal newsletter from like me, or whether to make it connected to, I almost said the new name, the Esoteric Entrepreneurs upgrade name, and kind of make it that. It's always going to be like from me, but sort of connect it back over there. I think that could be cool. So yeah, like my brain is ticking and thinking about all these things, and it also feels like I have a lot of work ahead of me, and that sometimes does my head in a little bit. But I'm trying to just stay in ideation. I'm trying to just like be with the concept and get ideas. I've said yes to the idea. I've said yes to this name. I've said yes to this business, basically, that we're going to be turning the Esoteric Entrepreneur into. And it's going to take some time to build. And also even like the stuff with JB House, I really am calling in, as they say, I'm calling in one more international client. I love the autonomy that working internationally gives me. Love it. Love knowing that when I'm awake, they're not awake, and I can just do my work and do what I need to do. Like, I really, really love that. It's very fun for me. It's very satisfying for me. I feel like I put out my best work when I feel like I have someone breathing down my neck, even like metaphorically now, you know, even when I'm not like in the office or like sitting with them. Like, I don't mind it, but it's very like, I value autonomy and freedom very, very highly in my life. So having that space is really important to me because I just don't produce great work. I'm also thinking about like scheduling and how important, or not even scheduling, but like, I mean, you know, I've been doing this every single day, and I'm kind of like, what would happen if I just like didn't say I was going to do it every single day? I just did it when I wanted to. Like, can we leverage the element of surprise for success? This is actually an idea I have for an episode of the element of surprise, and I guess exploring the concept. This is what he does when he wants to go to sleep. He wants me to put a blanket over him. Here, you can come in my lap. I don't have a blanket on me. He's going to start turning into an absolute fucking demon. What do you want me to do, honey? I can pat you. Is that better? Fucking hell. Yeah, I want to do an episode on the podcast about the element of surprise. I just think I would love that to work for me. And I know a couple of creators who do this. Like, I feel like Emma Chamberlain's one of those people that does that. Like, you just don't know when she's going to upload a vlog, and when she does, it's like so amazing and so great. I know my friend Gabriella Rosie, she's very much like that. Like, she would just be like, hey, new podcast is up. Hey, there's a video on YouTube. Hey, this is happening. And she doesn't really promo much. She just is like, hey, here it is. And it's just sort of random and more intuitive. But I think that these people are doing it in a way that they are strategically leveraging the element of surprise. And I know when it comes to sales psychology, the element of surprise is something that you can, like, that you should leverage, you know, holding something back in order to offer it as an upsell or a negotiation, something to offer up in a negotiation. Like, even if you don't use it in the negotiation, being able to throw it in there at the end is going to, you know, make your customer feel really seen and heard. And so that's like one way that the element of surprise is sort of worked with. But yeah, I think when it comes to like content creation and showing up online, and, you know, it's kind of the antithesis of consistency. And consistency is what they tell you that you need. I don't necessarily believe that that's true. I do believe that you need to find a tempo that works for you. But what if that tempo is sporadic? What if that is your tempo? What if your cadence is staccato? If it's about tempo, I wonder how that would work. So there's a part of me that also was like, yeah, I'll just go back to like Monday through Friday. And that's cool. But I also find that like not boring, but like it's not the ideal way that I would like to work. I wonder if I would feel more inspired to create content, because I'm not going to lie, like today I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I didn't know I was going to talk about this. I didn't want to do it because I was like, oh, I don't have anything to say. But the challenge of it is for me to like get better at having thoughts and articulating them. And then the draw card for the audience is entertainment and feeling kind of like a part of a bit of a like secret club. And just getting to view the reality of what it's like to run businesses and be creative and be chaotic. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the place where I experiment with this desire to be a bit more sporadic with my content and see if I can turn that into a method, or see if that method works for me and create success. I mean, again, this is what we talk about on the pod. But anyway, all things that are happening in my brain, I just feel like I love the idea of just being able to jump on and people are like, oh my God, she uploaded, and they run to the video and they're like, yep, amazing. But I need to do research on this concept of like surprise and leveraging the element of surprise. So that's something I'm researching at the moment, and I'll probably report back to you with a podcast episode on it. Okay. I think he's got the shits because he's not looking at me. Yeah, you hate me, don't you? Okay. Rock on.